What is going on, guys? We are doing a created character video for sports games, specifically talking about sports games. Now, we're going to go a little quick here because we're going to showcase several videos, or several games, I should say. I'm going to start by saying this game is absolutely incredible. The creation is incredible, not the game. I'm not the biggest fan of this game, okay? I'm definitely not. But as you can see, you got your headbands, but I'm gonna start by showing you this here, because this is what really makes the game really good. Or the customization really good. You know, you can. The faces in this are very good. They're very detailed, and it's pretty much the same for PlayStation 4 and 5. The difference is the PS4 version, your created characters cannot have tattoos. That's the difference. Hopefully, NBA 2K23 changes that. This is the PS5 version, you know. And then if you don't not quite happy with this character, you can go here, change the hair, anything from the color to how long it is, whatever the case may be. You know, give your guy whatever look you want. Then you got those accessories, you know. And this game is very deep. I will tell you that. I'm gonna take a look at the tattoos because the tattoos are very good in this. You know, we're gonna go to. Let's take a look. These tattoos are very good. They almost look like the whoops, wait a minute. It almost looks like the UFC games. You know, they have very good tattoos in that game as well. That ain't necessarily the best tattoo. Let's use a different one. Set a better example. As you can see, this is a very good tattoo, man. Look at that. I mean, the tattoos in this look very good. So you have that. Not to mention you have, this here. If there's a knock I have on this game, it's the height and weight don't sometimes just don't match. Like he's not 230, You can max him out at 350. He's 5'4". Is that dude 350? No. He's not even 250. He's he's probably 200 pounds. Cuz I know somebody who's 5'4", about 200 pounds, and they look bigger than this character here. So if anything, they shouldn't even let you get to 350 because obviously you're not going to be 350. And there's no point in calling him 350 if he doesn't look it. It just defeats the purpose. So that's probably the knock. As you can see, I brought him down to 181. And he's not even really that much smaller than he was. So there's that issue. There's that. That's not a big deal. Just don't make the guy that heavy. But if there's one knock I have on it, it's that. This creator character in this particular game is almost flawless. I mean, it's some of the best I've seen. Okay, and you got your attributes. Now you can make your characters attributes, tendencies, hot zone, signature, and badges. I'm not gonna get too deep into all of it. Obviously, you got your shoes, because we're gonna showcase several videos in this one. As you can see, you can select your brand, all this different stuff, colors, accessories, knee pads, different hair. You can morph the parts of the different components of the head from the hair, and you know you can select what ear it is and then morph the ear. Like, you can really go in and create yourself in this if you really want to create somebody that looks enough like you. You got your wingspan. You got all kind of stuff in this game. That's the 2K portion of this video. Well, actually, I tell you what, there's one more thing I need to look at real quick, and that is the WNBA. We're just going to take a quick look at it because I don't want to make this video too long. Get your women too. Now, the PlayStation 4 version doesn't have this. And again, just so that we don't spend way too much time, you pretty much have the same features you had. You select the head, hair, put some tattoos on her if you want to, and all that other stuff. So this is MLB The Show, MLB The Show 2022. This is the created character. Now, one of the biggest knocks I have on this, and this is one of my favorite games to play, but the customization, the created characters, Don't get me wrong, these are good. It's good. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's not good because you do select head shapes. They go a little bit in depth, but from a realism standpoint, to my opinion, your created character just doesn't look as real as the MLB characters. Like in NBA 2K and FIFA, they look just as real as the real people. In this, they just don't. When you see your created characters playing, you can see the difference. Like you can see the lack of realisticness. And I think it's because the individual parts of the face, like mouth, nose, eyes, are just kind of like, for some reason, something about the texture or whatever shape, they don't look real. They don't look as real. They look good enough. I mean, I enjoy playing with my created character. It doesn't bother me, but if you're comparing it to those games, this game is coming up short in that area as far as like how realistic the face looks. But they do offer you a lot of ways to like morph and shape your face. They definitely do that. I mean, you can even add this. You know, you can add wrinkles to the forehead. Let's max it out. I mean, when you max it out, you still don't really see much, but you know, you can make the head bigger. I don't know if NBA 2K has that. I don't think they do. See if you max the head. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look too ridiculous. As you can see, it's not shrinking much. But then you also got this. So they offer you a lot of options, you know, as far as shaping your face, trying to get your character just the way you want him. But there's something about the character that he just doesn't quite look as real as the real MLB players. It's just something that's not quite there. But like I said, I don't complain about it. I like playing it, you know, but because look, you can also do all this stuff here. And then, you know, just like all those other games, you can. I love the gear in this game, by the way. Select your bat, take the color of the bat, everything, you know. And then you got your animations, of course. Let's take a look at that. And man, you got a massive amount of. You have a lot of options on this, and then you can customize. You could change once you select it. You can edit that as well. Change the rotation. They go really deep on this, man. Just the batting stance alone. And I think that might be why you don't see a lot of other developers making baseball games, because this is really tough to compete with here. You know, you got your animations. If he's a pitcher, how he runs. Now, they don't give you a lot of options. I don't feel like these runs really look that much different, but it's still good that they give you that. They even give you this. Look at this. This is awesome, man. They give you this many options, man. Your swing is, you know, they even, how does he practice swing? What about his stride? What does that look like? When he takes a pitch, what does he do after that? I mean, they go very deep. This is good, man. I'll tell you, it's very good. You know, and I already told you about the, you know, issue with just the lack of how realistic they look. It's not problematic. It's not like horrible. It's still okay. I mean, it's definitely good. You got your hairstyles. You can make a character with 80s hairstyle if that's what you want to do. They give you a really good amount of options in this when it comes to like hair and stuff like that. It's a good amount. It's not huge. It's not a huge amount. Then there's a lot you can do with your facial hair. Facial hair style 1. And then you got style 2. You can add a layer of facial hair. So they're giving you a lot of options there. So you got that. Let's take a look at body, because, you know, got your inches. But if you look on the top left-hand side, you can see the feet, because I like to go by that anyway. Then you can, let's see if he, let's see, what's the max? 300 or so? No? As you can see, the taller he is, the heavier he could be. That makes a lot more sense. The tallest you could be is 6'10". You can create just this. Now that just looks crazy. A 290-pound, 6'10" character. As you can see, the max is different based on your height. 5'8", 232. Now that's more. He, actually, he looks bigger than 232. But you could change the body type. Look at that. You can make him even heavier than that. You can make him just straight fat. So you do have that option in this. So this doesn't have the same issue to NBA 2K and you can really, and I think it's because MLB does have players that are like that. The NBA and FIFA not so much, or professional soccer not really. But in MLB you do see that from sometimes you got your cheek, ears, mouth. So this game is very good as well. So for this section of the video, we're going to be looking at Madden. Now, this is going to be the final part of this video, even though there's a lot of other games that we can put on here. Now, okay, let's start here. This is Madden 22, of course, PlayStation 5, as you know. Now, I know this game, I know you wear helmets and stuff like that, but here's one of the knocks that I have on this, is this. You just have the same faces that you've had for years. So they added some, but, each skin tone comes with a list of heads, and that's it. Now, you might say they're just wearing helmets, it doesn't matter. And you're right, they're going to get a pass for that. But, there's still that. Now, you have the yard where you can do more with the face. You can morph, change the face completely. I don't know why they used a different system to do that. They should have just used that one for this. But I'm sure they have a reason why they did it. But anyway, you have your size. Now, this game here, the size, the way the character looks, it generally pretty much matches the way the character looks. It matches pretty well. Well, I can tell you right now, he doesn't look like he's 300 pounds. Not necessarily. He looks more like 265. Because he's 6'1", you gotta remember. And if he's 5'8", that ain't 300 pounds, okay? Now, you can also do this here to kind of compensate for it, to give him a better, so that he could look closer. He still is not 300 pounds. Not 5'8". He's not. Let's go back. At 5'8", he's not. So none of the games are really nailing that part, really. And that's okay. But let's see how in depth they let you get. As far as your character's physical features, you just have a face and skin tone, and then you morph the size of the body. That's really it. You can't really select hair, nothing like that. But like I said, this is, they wear helmets on here, so there's that. And then you got this right here, all this different stuff. But as far as like attributes and player abilities and tendencies, they don't go as deep as like NBA 2K or something like that. I think they can go a little further with that. You have good options for the equipment. You have the mouthpiece now. You have, and I know Madden 23 is going deeper with, your customization of your character. Like when it comes to the gear, I don't know about the character's look. I mean, you can hardly even tell what the face looks like in this until you like do a franchise and you go to player management or something, and you could see the character without the helmet on. Then you can have a pretty good idea. But some of these you can't even really tell exactly what hairstyle they have. A lot of them you can, but so this is what you got. You just select the head, and you wouldn't need to morph anything. Let's take a look at equipment. Equipment is good in this. You can be old school, That's more like an old school type look right there. 80s maybe. That's what that would be. So you do have your options there on this. You have a pretty good option. You got pad size and pad height. Now that's just ridiculous. But you can do that. That's just ridiculous. I should just for the heck of it create create a running back and give him that and and do like a franchise with him and just you know like maybe make him like really skinny. Let's see, can I do that? Well, of course you can do that. Why would I even ask that? Make him really skinny so it can appear that he's like a really skinny character that just he's a really small guy and he's just basically so yeah, you could you could definitely do a lot with this. I mean, so I give them a high score because for a football game, it's hard to go too much further. Let's take a look at the equipment, like the helmet. Now you got this. You have all these different types of helmets you can choose from, man. Face masks, brands. You can use the old helmets, like the old school. I don't remember what it's called, but it's on here. Like, yeah, this right here. This is old, man. This this might even be 70s, man. Maybe even 60s. This is not 80s. This is before that. So you do have that. You can create characters from the past, like I said. Give him that helmet and give him like an old school shoulder pads and then put him in a franchise mode or put him in today's NFL game and just kind of do something crazy like that. So you do have good options on here. I mean, now we're going to back out of this here and we're going to go to the yard character because there's that too. And I'm constantly editing my character, like turning him into somebody else. I'm not able to play the yard because I'm not a PS Plus member, but anymore. I didn't renew it yet, so I can't look at that. But that created character is, when it comes to the face and stuff like that, you could do a lot more than in this with the gear. So I give them credit for that. They, if it wasn't for the yard, I would give them one of the lower scores, even though it is good. I'm not knocking it. The created character in this is good. It's definitely good enough. It's not coming up short. Now, my final verdict on what game has the best created creations, I'm gonna have to go with the NBA 2K. Now, I'm not talking about the game itself, guys. Don't let's not say anything about that. It has nothing to do with the game. I'm just talking about creation. Now, the ironic thing is, I'm putting MLB The Show at the very bottom. So, out of the 4 videos that I'm putting in this video, MLB The Show is going to get last. NBA 2K is going to get first. FIFA comes in at number 2. Madden is going to come in at number 3. So here's my ranking: NBA 2K number 1, FIFA number 2, Madden number 3, and MLB The Show is going to come in fourth. Now, just because they're in fourth doesn't mean I think it's bad. I just think they didn't go far enough with the character realisticness. Like the faces don't look real when you compare them to the real MLB players. Like when you see an MLB player batting and then your creative player bats, you can see the lack of realisticness in him. That's the only reason why. But I still like it and enjoy it. Anyway, that concludes this video. Leave a comment if you like. What games do you think have the best? It could be a game that's not on this video. It could be NHL or any other sports game, tennis game, anything. If you think those anything is better than anything I have here, or do you disagree with my list? Do you agree with it? So this is FIFA 2020. This is FIFA 22. Okay, we're taking a look at this created character. You start off with this here. This is kind of like what you saw in the NBA 2K where you select the head, only this one just doesn't have quite as many. But you can morph everything and change every aspect of the face. Like you could start off by selecting this character here, and then you can change the face. And then you can morph the face, morph different parts out of the face. Now, to me, this isn't quite as deep as the 2K, but it's pretty close. I mean, now in this game, you can't have tattoos. I don't even know if the real players have tattoos. I haven't noticed anybody with tattoos in this game. Now this is similar to what you saw. You know, you can pretty much make yourself in this game. If find a face that looks closer to yours. As you can see, he has like freckles or something on his face. Not sure what it is, but these characters definitely look really good in this game. And during the gameplay, they look very good as well. I wasn't done. I don't know why I left. Then you got your kits, select how you wear your clothes, and look, it may not be as deep as some of the other games, but that's because it's they try to keep these games consistent with the product, like what you see in soccer, football. Then you got your goal celebration. One thing about this is, I s when I create characters and I select one of these, it seems like they end up doing something else when they score goals anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not sure why that is. Then you got your running style. You can do this. This is not in NBA 2K, man. Maybe they'll put this in 2K23 or something. Like just how your character moves. But this is a very good thing. You create several. You watch a game, you see all these different players running different. I mean, it just really brings the game to life when you see stuff like that. You even got this, like what they do as they're taking a free kick. So you got all that stuff there. You got your vitals, commentary. What does he call you? Name your character. What team? What country are you from? What league are you in? What year were you born? I mean, because this game has several leagues. That's probably the best thing about this game. I actually love playing FIFA 22, by the way. It's one of my favorite games. Let's take a look at hair. Hair is very good in this too. Almost accidentally exited out by mistake again. Let's go to hair. Hair, they give you a lot of really good options in this, and then you can change the color of it too, you know. You can get a little wacky too in this, give your character like some blue hair or something like that, pink hair. You can get a little wacky, not extremely wacky, but a little bit. Then your hair is in categories, accessories. And from what I understand, the hair options are exactly the same for male and female. I mean, there's no difference. They have the same exact options. You got that's not quite as you can see. There's that face like that must have been added later, like on a patch or something. Because why else would it look that much different? You have a lot of options on here for hair. And I'm gonna show you this because this is just like NBA 2K. Now watch this. My guy's 5'3", 253. You can only max out at 253 in this. That guy ain't 253 pounds, okay? He's not 200 pounds. If he's 5'3" with that body, he could be about 185, 195. He's under 200. So this game has a little bit of that going on, but it's because they want to keep their characters looking like typical soccer players, and that's probably the max that you would get in a soccer player. Let's back out of this. This game does not have tattoos. So you have that going on. Let's go to females. And like I said, I already said this, but I don't even see tattoos on real characters. They might have them. I might just not have seen them or noticed them because they play from a little bit of a distance, but the cutscenes up close look extremely good on this. Got your females, same options, same kit options, same in every option is the same. The only options that are different is they just look like females, but the animations, the hair options, everything's identical. NBA 2K is a little different in that aspect. They have some different options. There might be an option somewhere that's different, but I don't think there is. I think this is all the same when it comes to creating your character. I think, you know, this is new. This was not in any other FIFA game that I've ever seen. I don't recall ever seeing that. But you got them separated in categories, make whatever hair you're looking for a little bit easier to find. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure the options are identical. So you have that, you have all the morphing, you have your attributes, of course, and whatnot. So that's what FIFA offers you.